Hi guys, my name is Markus, I'm an MTT coach at the Academy of Poker, and today's video we will talk about 5 rules of a profitable post-flop game. Make sure also to subscribe to our YouTube channel to follow all our social media, and now enjoy this video. So, number 1, the opponent's type of play. Uh, how important is that? It's really, really important. So you should take notes on your opponents and on their style of play. Make sure that if he's aggressive, that you try not to get into many hard spots, meaning that he will bet a lot and it will be hard to see showdowns if you call down with second or third pair or like weaker draws, because he will keep barreling and it will be hard for you to call 2, 3 times, and therefore it's easier to avoid those spots and take ones where it's really easy for you, because he will have the aggression and you can easily call down. If you have top pair spots or you make a set or so, you can be pretty sure that he will bet into you. If he's passive on the other side, show aggression on your own, meaning that you should try to push him out of pots, because he will most likely give up pretty early, even though he might have some backdoor draws or at least some equity to play with. But because he's passive, he's not going for it. And if he calls once, that doesn't mean he's gonna have a lot. Sometimes he is just drawing to some hands, or calls one time with second pair, third pair, and is not really showing any aggression. You can push him out on a later barrel on the turn or on the river. So make notes, and yeah, make sure that you adjust as well, because if you don't change your strategy and you only play the one or the other side, it will be hard for you. Also, in in addition to taking notes, you should write down notes. Most of the softwares, or all of the poker softwares that I use, like PokerStars, Party Poker, and GG Poker, for example, you can always write down notes of the opponents. And if you know that he's really aggressive, just give him some notes. Maybe make some examples with hands you played versus them, so you know about it, and it will help you in the future. Hand strength, that's number 2. So you should think in ranges. So if there are flops that are in favor of your opening range versus the opponent's, or your defending range, if you're in the big blind, for example, uh, you should use that to your advantage and show aggression there. So maybe check raise from the big blind if the board is coordinated like 7-3 deuce or so, just because the opponent is not going to have that many hands there. So you can, if you check raise, especially in maybe lower limits, you will get so many folds because people don't know what to do if they have just ace high there, for example. Uh, Second thing would be to not overplay hands in multi-way. So meaning, even if you're top pair, which is a good hand, if you are versus 2 or 3 opponents, it will be hard to put a c-bet there, because some could have picked up something more and have a lot of equity to play with. So you should rather keep the pot small. When you're out of position, especially because the button, for example, if the button calls you, or at least the last person to act can try to stab and to steal the pot, and then you get more value out of your top pair hands. Hi, this is quickly me again. I just want to remind you to make sure to click the link in the description below, because there you have the chance to register for a $1,000 free roll that we, the Academy of Poker, are hosting in the near future. So at this free roll, as said, we will have $1,000. It will be a flat payout structure, so nobody will leave the table empty-handed. Also, it will be pretty nice chip stacks to play with, flat levels, and guaranteed at least $150 to $200 for first place. And all this without investing any money. So make sure to click the link in the description below and register right away. Variability. As I already said in the first thing about the styles of your opponents, you should also be able to change gears when needed. So show aggression when needed, show passiveness when needed. Meaning, as I said, if you just play with someone who's always aggressive, be a bit more passive and let him do the betting, because you know it will come from him. And if you take your notes, you can see that it's the truth. And as said, if people are always passive, also show aggression and bet quite often. But also don't be too stubborn to change that almost every hand if needed. Because if you only use aggression, then people will adapt to that as well, and it will be hard for you to make a lot of chips in the long run. Uh, Fourth point is the concentration. So get yourself in the best position to be able to concentrate for a long time. There should be no other noises around you. Close the windows if needed, if there's some work outside or so, and only play some music that keeps you relaxed. Maybe don't if you can do it, you can watch a show maybe next to it, but if you're multi-tabling, it will be hard for you. So don't do that. And yeah, be relaxed. Probably put on your headphones so you can really focus on that. And as said, don't watch TV shows. Also, don't work on other things. Like I don't know if you're working through some Excel sheets. If it's not poker related, especially then, just don't do any other things. Don't research any stuff you will need for other things. You should really focus on your poker game at that time because that's the best way to keep your A game. Also, try to prepare food and drinks and use your 5 minute breaks wisely. Mostly, you will probably need to go to the toilet or just take a small breath outside or something like that. But be prepared for that. So if the break starts, know what to do in those 5 minutes and don't do stuff that could last 7 or 8 minutes because then you will not play some hands. Last but not least, the tilt. I think everybody knows about it. So just play the best way you can. Whatever happens, happens. As long as you make the plus EV play, you will earn money in the long run, even though you might lose a big flip for a lot of money or at a late stage of a tournament. Just don't care about it. Of course, it's annoying and it's of course okay to show some emotions when you receive a bad beat, for example, because it's just human, but don't let it take away your focus. Maybe do a small, I don't know, hit your fist on the table or scream for a second, but then refocus and go into it. Because if you're tilted, you will probably not play your A game, and that's what you should do. This is it again for this today's short video about 5 tips to play post-flop game. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit the subscription button on our YouTube, follow all our social media, and see you guys next time. Bye.